is being live streamed and will be posted on the Foothills County website. So the first order of business is we'll call this meeting to order at 4:01 p.m. And the second item is to introduce our new member. However, our new member hasn't logged in yet, so I will go on to item number 3. I'm looking for a motion to accept the agenda for the 2026 general meeting, and it was the updated package that you received. The only thing that was changed in there was that the placeholder was replaced with the actual report for the 2025 annual report. So if I could have a motion, please.
I'll give you that.
And I'm sorry, that was Rob?
Yeah.
Rob, would you mind reading that out?
The motion?
Yes, please.
To approve, this is a motion to approve the February 2nd, 2026 Northwest Rec Board updated annual general meeting agenda as presented.
Are there, I'm asking for a vote of exception. I see none, so if everybody's in agreement, we will go ahead on to item number 4. This is for the acknowledgement of the 2026 board appointments. Could I get a motion to accept the board appointments, if you'd like me to read it out, or if the mover would like to read that?
Nobody's stepping up, so Suzanne here, I will make that motion, and you guys are all welcome to join in after, for sure. I happily will say that the members so appointed are Division 3 Councillor Laura Kendall, Division 4 Councillor Suzanne Old, Division 5 Councillor Alan Elger, community members and organization representatives, Colin Hill, who's board member with I believe it's Millville Racing and Egg Society, if I have that correct. Jared Janke, who is with Millerville Sports Association. And do you want me to say the terms there to expire? The first was to expire December 31st, 2027. The second to expire December 31st, 2026. Kim Trache, who's the board member representing Division 4, term to expire December 31st, 2026. Nancy Seaman, board member, Division 3, term to expire December 31st, 2027. Robert Bell, board member, Division 3, term to expire December 31st, 2027. Sylvia Checkley, board member from Division 5, and that would be member at large, and term to expire December 31st, 2027. And so I've moved that to acknowledge all of these.
May I get a vote of exception, please? I see that everybody agrees, so we'll move ahead on to the election and appointment of the chairman for 2026. So I am calling for nominations for the position of chairman for 2026.
Madam Chair, Suzanne here. I would like to make a nomination for the position of chairman for Robert Bell, if he accepts.
I accept.
I also do have a note from Jared that he would be willing to have his name stand for either chair or vice chair.
Competition.
But he's not here to accept.
No, I'm afraid he's away tonight.
Oh, Mr. Elger woke up. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. I'm being quiet. So you guys
I was wondering, you were very quiet today.
No, I'm being quiet so you guys can do the motions.
Okay. So if I might, if someone would like to nominate Jared for either of those positions, he would be willing to accept those.
I would nominate Jared for vice chair.
Okay, then we can do that in item number 7?
Yep.
6? 7. 7.
7.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for the position of chairman for 2026? Calling once, calling twice, calling 3 times. Hearing none, nominations cease. And
Madam Chair, do you want a motion that nominations ceased and that the position of chairperson is filled by acclamation of Robert Bell, by Robert Bell? However you
yes,
wish to word that, something similar to that.
if we could have a motion that Robert Bell be appointed by acclamation as the chairman of the Northwest Rec Board for 2026.
I would
That
move
would
that. Whatever works for your criteria for catching that in the minutes. So moved.
Okay, there we go. And Robert, do you accept this?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I would like to turn over, nope, I need a vote. I'm looking for a vote of exception, my apologies. Hearing none, there we go. That is passed, and I will now turn the meeting over to the 2026 chair, being Robert Bell.
Thanks, Joanna. So, item number 7, vice chairman. I guess we need a motion that Jared Jonke would be appointed as 2026 vice chairman for the Northwest Rec Board.
If I might, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, you may.
you do need to ask for nominations.
Oh, okay. That was strictly for the chairman okay, I thought that was for both. Okay, so apologies, can we have nominations for position of vice chair for 2026 for the Northwest Rec Board? Is there anybody else that wants to throw their hat in the ring?
I would nominate Jared Janke if that didn't go through already.
Okay. Anybody else? Everybody's so quiet today. So,
Mr. Chair, you can
yes.
ask rhetorically 3 times in total. So you've done it once, and you have to do it 2 more times to meet the criteria. And even if nobody answers, then you just move on with that.
Oh, Colin has joined us here as well too. Did you want to should we continue with this, or should we pause and go back to item number 2 on the agenda? Joanna.
And we can continue forward from this point.
Okay, so any other nominations for vice chairman for 2026 for the Northwest Rec Board? One more time, any other nominations for vice chairman for the Rec Board for 2026? Going once, going twice. Gone. So I nominate, can I say that?
Yeah, I think you have to ask for a vote of opposition or in
Okay,
favor.
do I have any vote of opposition? No, no hands. Very quiet tonight. So I propose that Jared Jonke be appointed vice chairman for 2026 for the Northwest Rec Board. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll give you that.
Thank you. Any opposed? No. Motion carried. Okay. Joanna, do we want to go back to item number 2?
That would be super.
Okay, is Manager Porter with us?
No, I'm afraid he's not here tonight. I can go through that introduction if you'd like.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So Colin Hill, who's with us tonight, he was appointed on December 17th by council to the Northwest Rec Board, and he is representing the Millerville Racing and Agriculture Society. And if we could just go through the table and introduce ourselves to Colin, and then Colin, you can tell us a little bit more about yourself. So could we start with you, Rob?
Hey, I am 3rd term, am I now, for chairman of the Northwest Rec Board?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. I live out between Pritis and Millerville on Plumbers Road. Very nice location, very quiet. And I've lived out in this area since 2012. And I love it out here.
If you're speaking, Joanna, we're not hearing you.
You're muted.
Thank you. Councillor Ohl.
Oh, sure. I'll go next. So big welcome, Colin. So grateful that you have joined our board, and of course our returning chair and all present here today. I'm the councillor for Division 4 and happy to be one of the 3 councillor representatives on the Northwest Foothills Recreation Board. So look forward to working with you on the board.
And Sylvia?
Hi, Colin. I'm now a member at large, and I live northeast of the racetrack, Seaman Park area.
Councillor Alger?
Good afternoon, Colin. Welcome to the board. My name's Alan Elger, and I'm the Division 5 counselor. I'm 3rd term counselor and been on this board since day 1, and happy to have you aboard. Thank you.
Councillor Kendall?
Nice to meet you, Colin. My name's Laura Kendall. I'm the counselor for Division 3. I live west of Millerville on very close to 549 on 762. And nice to meet you.
And Kim?
Hi, Colin. I'm Kim Trache. I'm a community board member from Division 4, and I live in Pritis Greens. Nice to meet you.
Nancy?
Sorry, my apologies. I'll put my video on briefly, but I look a mess. Hi, Colin. I'm Nancy. We didn't have the pleasure of working on the board together at MRAS, but welcome to this board. I am, I guess, Division 3 member at large. I live just south of Seaman, the Seaman Park. Yeah, welcome to this board.
And Manager Barrett?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sherry Barrett, and I work in the Ledge Services Department for Foothills County, and I am just here as tech support tonight.
Thank you, Sherry. My name is Joanna Cortonshell Allen. I'm the Community and Recreation Coordinator for Foothills County and liaison between the Northwest Rec Board and the county. And now, Colin.
All right. Thank you very much for everybody's introduction. My name's Colin. I live just east of Black Diamond. I still call it Black Diamond, but Diamond Valley, just on the south side of Highway 7. And I've been involved with Millerville for, I think it's going on 4 years now. I got involved with the Canada Day horse race event. And then the past year, got invited into a board position at the racetrack, and I'm currently the vice president of MRAS. Professionally, I'm a construction guy, and so funny enough, Joanna and I have crossed paths doing some concrete work. So I'm a general contractor in the buildings and civil sector. And personally, I have 3 kids, 15, 13, and 11, boy, girl, girl. They're all hockey players. So I live about 3/4 of my life in hockey arenas, the other quarter trying to get some work done, and also volunteer and support the community that I live in. So excited to be here, and hopefully I will catch up quickly.
Awesome. Welcome.
Okay, welcome aboard, Colin, and let the fun begin. Item number 8, appointment of 2026 secretary. So we're not nominating anybody for secretary, is that correct, Joanna?
That's correct.
So I need a motion to appoint lovely Joanna as the 2026 secretary of the Northwest Rec Board in a non-voting capacity.
I will do that.
Thanks, Kim. Any opposed? Okay, Joanna, you're back in the fold again.
Thank you.
May your fingers continue to be flexible and flying across the keyboard as you type up these reports and everything else. Item number 9 on the AGM agenda is approval of the February 3rd, 2025 AGM minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the 2025 AGM held on February 3rd, 2025 as presented or amended.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, Joanna?
there is a correction that's required on the minutes. Kim is under the guest column, but she was a guest for Division 4 as a total, not just the Prentice Community Association.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my error.
Okay, so that would be the amendment. Okay.
Mr. Chair, Suzanne here.
Yeah.
I just want to mention it's Prentice Greens too as well. So Prentice Greens Community Association. So just to clarify that, but Division 4 works with the continuity, and thank you, Coordinator Court and Jill Ellen, for that amended comment. And so I would be happy to move those minutes unless somebody else would like to start exercising their right to put forward things. I'd be happy to allow someone else to make that if they wish, but I did read them. But if somebody else has read them and would like to make that motion, by all means, go ahead.
Anybody else? Okay, Suzanne, it's yours. Any opposed? Any opposed? Okay. Item 10. Review of the 2025 Seaman Sports Park. Are you doing this, Joanna, tonight since Manager Porter's not with us?
Mr. Chairman, no, I will not be doing the Seaman Sports Park, but I will be doing the 10.2.
Okay. Okay.
I just need to find it
So
here.
what should we do with item 10.1?
Well, we can
Look
defer
for
that. We can defer that to the next meeting.
Okay. Do you need a motion to defer it?
Yes, please.
Okay, can I have a motion then to defer item 10.1?
I'll give that, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Alger. Any opposed? No. Okay. Item 10.2, Northwest Rec Annual Report. Joanna, you're up.
I just have to scroll through here. Okay, on page 7 of your agenda, item number 10, there is a report for 2025. There is a bit of history there, and I would ask the board, do you want me to read out your history, or go straight to the information from 2025?
I don't think you have to read the whole thing. That's quite long, in
Thank
my
you.
opinion. We all can read, so.
All right. What I will go through is the composition of the board for 2025. Was Division 3 Counselor Laura Kendall, former Division 3 Counselor Barb Castell, Division 4 Counselor Suzanne Ohl, Division 5 Counselor Alan Alger, and our community members included Jared Janke from MSA, Kim Trottier from Division 4, Nancy Seaman from Division 3, Robert Bell from Division 3, Steve Stump from Division 5, Sylvia Chuckley from MRAS, and we had a vacant position for 2025. Non-voting staff members are Jeff Porter, Manager of Parks and Recreation, and myself. A thank you is extended to Legislative Services for providing staff as Zoom meeting moderators for evening meetings of the board. Activities in 2025 included, we held 5 meetings, and it included an annual general meeting and 4 regular meetings, and they were all held by Zoom. SEMA Sports Park notes, 2025 park statistics are not included in this report, as there is an anticipation that new historical recreation and current data may be available from the Millerville Sports Association for the park and the recreation in the area during the first quarter of 2026. So you won't see that information right away here. The park pathway was well used by walkers throughout 2025. However, reports of dogs running at large in the park still exist. There is a need for continued public education and awareness surrounding public areas, and recreation parks in Foothills County are not off-leash areas. The Scott Seaman Memorial statue was repaired and returned to the park after multiple vandalism events in 2024. Project work. Primary efforts by the Northwest Rec was focused on preparing for fundraising campaign for a multi-sport field and park amenities, with approvals by Alberta Transportation and Foothills County for the fundraising leaderboard to be erected in the park to raise awareness about the campaign. The board was printed but not installed in 2025 due to the weather window for construction. The campaign officially started on April 3rd, 2025. The projects are to be supported through fundraising activities and allow for the issuance of tax receipts by Foothills County to individuals who donate more than $100. The fundraising campaign officially started. Oh, that's a repeat. Sorry about that. The projects are to be supported through fundraising activities. Oh, that's a whole copy. My apologies. The current fundraising account has a balance of $469. The board is looking forward to an amazing 2026 funding year with support from community members, associations, and industry. Do you have any questions regarding the 2025 annual report?
No
Mr. Chair,
questions?
just
Suzanne?
here.
Yeah.
Just want to thank Joanna for all her work, including the preparation for the fundraising materials that went on at the time, and then collaborative efforts to getting that posted and all the things that were part of that rolling out this time, and of course everybody who's helped to disseminate paperwork and such. So thanks for all the work on that.
Thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Joanna. You're the glue that holds us all together. Can I get a motion to accept the 2025 Northwest Rec Annual Report as distributed, discussed, and to be attached to 2025 Annual General Meeting Minutes for information purposes?
I'll give you that motion. Oh no, Nancy, go ahead.
Thank you, Nancy. Any opposed? Okay. 2027 AGM date, item number 11 on the agenda tonight. I need a motion to schedule the 2027 annual general meeting of the Northwest Rec Board for February 1st, 2027. If you all can look ahead in your crystal balls to see if you're available then. Who wants to give me that motion?
Sylvia raised her hand. Did you?
Oh, did she? I didn't see it. Sorry,
Yeah,
Sylvia.
I can do that.
You're way at the bottom of my list here. Thank you very much. Any opposed? No. Okay. With that, I would like to adjourn the 2026 AGM of the Northwest Rec Board. And the regular meeting of the Northwest Rec Board will follow. Now, would people like to go right into the next meeting, or should we take a short break for 10 or 15 minutes?
Ready to go here.
You can go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Gotta get my papers together. Hang on a second here.
If I might, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Joanna.
Just a reminder that all board members, including you, Colin, can now make motions. So don't be shy.
Okay. So I would like to call to order the Northwest Rec Board regular meeting for February the 3rd, right? Help correct me here.
Second.
February the 2nd today? Am I
Round
jumping a day ahead still? Okay, February 2nd. At 4:29. And just a reminder that this meeting is being live streamed and will be available on the Foothills County website. So item 2 on the agenda is additions or deletions. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda, Joanna, that you know of? Or anybody else? Yeah, go ahead.
In item number 7, the facilities update from Manager Porter.
Yeah.
That I would ask that be removed from the agenda as he is not present.
Okay. Anything else?
Not that I have.
Okay. So I need a motion to accept the February 2nd, 2026 Northwest Rec Board meeting agenda as presented, amended with additions, deletions, which includes the removal of item number 7 from it.
I can do that. It's Colin.
Thank you, Colin. Any opposed? Okay. Item number 4. Hang on a second. What happened to item number 3? There is no item number 3. No item number 3, right, Joanna?
My apologies. That should
That's
be number
okay.
3.
Should we leave it as item number 4? Otherwise, it's going to throw the whole thing out.
Yes, I'll just make a note in the minutes if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Item number 4, Northwest member acknowledgement. I need a motion to acknowledge the 2026 members of the Northwest Rec Board. Do I need to read these out? Joanna.
You could, or I could, or it would probably be best. I know we just did that in the AGM, but it should be read out.
Okay, I can do
This is a
that.
separate meeting.
Yeah, not a problem. So the members of the Northwest Rec Board 2026 from the Foothills Council, Division 3, Councillor Laura Kendall, Councillor Division 4 is Councillor Suzanne O. Division 5 is Councillor Alan Alger. Thank you for your time and participation on the Northwest Rec Board. Community and organization representations, Colin Hill, board member, Jared Janke, board member. Colin is MRAS, MAL, and FC board member. Jared Janke is MSA, MAL, and Division 4. Kim Troche, board member, Division 4. Nancy Seaman, board member, Division 3. Robert Bell, the board member, Division 3. And Sylvia Checkley, board member, MAL, Division 5. So I need a motion to acknowledge the 2026 members as presented to the Northwest Rec Board. Who would like to give me that? Somebody? Nancy, thank you. Any opposed? Okay. Item number 5, minutes.
Mr. Chair, Suzanne.
Yeah, Suzanne, sorry, go ahead.
Sure. I have read the minutes and I would move the proposed motion. If you'd like to read it, or I could read it, you read it and I would move it.
Okay, proposed motion to approve the December 8th, 2025 Northwest Rec Board meeting minutes as presented or amended.
So as presented.
Okay, as presented, yeah. Any opposed? Okay, item number 6. 6.1, fundraising update. Joanna.
In your package, you have a report, and this is to provide the Northwest Recreation Board with a brief update and to discuss any fundraising topics. So from last year, and we heard in the other meeting that the fundraising campaign officially was posted on social media on April the 3rd. And the first donation was achieved on April 16th for $100. And during December 2025, there was an appeal for donations with information regarding tax receipts to be issued in January and February of this year. The Northwest Rec acknowledged and recommended Foothills County consider the funding proposal by MSA. And I would like to report on that the proposal was considered by council last week and they were amenable to the proposal. So we'll proceed with advising and providing a formal letter to MSA and move ahead with that proposal. And then when the leaderboard goes up, there will be funds on the leaderboard, which will be wonderful.
Can
So
I just interject with yay? Thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And it's too bad that Jared couldn't have been here tonight to hear that, but I'm sure that he will know shortly. So our donations for 2026 or 2025, apologies, we are sitting at $469, but we will now, after the minutes are ratified, we will see a jump in that number. Okay. So items of, do you have any questions about those items? They're it's really general in the update that I can provide to you right now.
Mr. Chair, if I may,
Yeah,
just a
go
quick
ahead,
question.
Suzanne. Yeah.
Now that there's money going into the thermometer, are you going to adjust the sign and then install it soon? Do we have an ETA on the sign?
Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
it's pretty warm, and I'm just thinking maybe a little bit too far in advance, considering it's only February 2nd. But with it being 15 this week, maybe it might happen sooner than later.
That's a good point. It would be nice to do that. However, we will have to redo the locates because they're only good for a certain period of time. So we have to do the locates so that we can be sure that we're definitely, and I know nothing is moved out there, but we do have to do our due diligence to make sure that's done before we drill 2 holes in the ground and do the installation of the sign. And yes, it will be updated with what the funds are at that particular time. So does from our list of discussion items, does anybody have a need for more hard copies of the fundraising forms?
I'm good with the forms, but I need a couple more plastic trays. But I can pick those up from you tomorrow.
Joanna, I could take some, maybe just an electronic copy would be helpful on my side.
Thanks, Colin. The forms are attached at I think they are. Just hold on. Yep, they are at the bottom of the report. So they are there. And if you need to direct anybody to the website, please do so. They can pick them up from the website. If you have any newsletters that you're sending out, give them the link, and they can go right to the website. They can print it out, they can fill it out, and send it in. Okay. And if I might, Councillor Kendall.
Yes.
I apologize. It did not go to Okotoks this weekend to pick up the exact same the trays.
That's no problem. I'll do. I'm there every week, so I can swing by anytime.
Okay. Oh, let's see here. The tributes work.
Sorry, go ahead.
The tributes working group. We'll send out a doodle poll for the tributes working group, and there was discussion about the tributes working group last meeting as also doing the event planning for this spring. But I would like the board to really consider that those are 2 different working groups. One for the tributation of funds that have been put forth, and the other to work specifically on the spring event. Could we have some discussion on that? The reason I'm asking that is because what the tributes board will be working on is quite a large project. It will take a little bit longer, and so it would be really helpful if there was another working group that dealt with the spring event.
So which one did Nancy and I sign up for last time? Trying to remember.
So Nancy, yourself, and Sylvia are part and parcel of the tributes group.
Okay.
So I would be, I do think that it would be beneficial to have a second working group to spread out the bit of work that there is there.
Oh, thank you. And Mr. Chair, if I might interject and,
go ahead.
Coordinator
Go ahead,
Susan. I guess we might have to have a conversation about date. So if we're talking spring, that's not too far away, and figure out the timing in relation to some of their events. Are we thinking of going to where the people are, which is typically when there's something going on at the ball diamonds, so that we're going to be there when the people are there? So we would need to coordinate with MSA, that being Jared, who you might have to get in touch with separately, but just to find out what that schedule is so we can pick a day and aim ourselves for an afternoon, perhaps a Saturday afternoon, early afternoon, so not late in the afternoon because they'll be done, but midday or something like that, where we end up similar to when we had the opening for, that was when we had opened the Pathway event, and it was time enough that we can get information out to the various organizations and through social media. So we'd have to figure that out. I'm not sure if that means May or end of April. I'm not sure. That's where we might get a tip from, is there a really good catch-all time when there's a tournament or something where we would see a number of our families, or are we going to do something separate? I'm not sure. And what is the goal? Like, what is the title of our event? Is it going to be related to fundraising, or is there something specific that we're going to be doing as an activity? I guess we would have to nail that down as well.
If I might, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead.
Councillor O is absolutely right. You have to nail down exactly what the purpose of the event is, and also the date. Now, I do know that that is going to be predicated on what Balzac Billy decided today, and so that gives us 6 weeks. And sometimes here, that 6 weeks lasts a little bit longer than 6 weeks. So it depends on the weather and what events that are scheduled. And I know that MSA hasn't quite got their schedule together yet, because that is again dependent on the number of registrants they have, and the park needs to be open first. Like there needs to be activity there, like you indicated. So we may have to wait with that date until our next meeting, unless of course we get summer early and it happens in March. Spring, I mean.
And what part of Foothills County do you live
in? The very warm one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Chair, Nancy has her hand up as well.
Joanna, oh, sorry, go ahead, Nancy.
In regard to a date, it's true. We need to figure out what the timing of weather is like optimally. And I don't mean to speak for Colin in this regard, but maybe an idea to piggyback on a weekend where there's actually a farmer's market going on as well at Millerville. So they do have a spring market coming up. I think it's the first or the second weekend in May, which is Mother's Day. But they also have the weekly markets starting in June, on June 20th. And the market does close down at 2:00. So that's something to bear in mind, because we could maybe catch the outgoing traffic from that. And just thoughts on that. I don't know if that would work or not. And yeah, that's I've lost the other train of my thoughts. So
That's a great idea. This year we'll actually see the return of the Millerville Half Marathon, which will kick off our first spring market. So if I was really on the ball, I would be able to whip that date out of my head and share it with you guys, but I don't know it actually. So but I could definitely find out and confirm what date that is. We're really excited to have the marathon.
June 20th. It's June 20th.
Perfect.
Yeah. There's also a music festival going on that weekend. There's also a riding clinic going on there. There's a ton going on at Millerville. And if that weekend is just too much going on, and people are sort of staying within the MRAS grounds, just any of the markets would be good to have people. The actual spring market in May, I believe, is more of a mom and kids or mom and daughter type of excursion. I don't know how many people in this area would be interested in coming by and the whole bit, but to catch our community that is actually attending the markets more regularly, that's who we need to actually get involved in this, because it is our local community that we're trying to build these facilities for. The Calgarians are great to have come, and all of the visitors that do come to the markets. But for our sports park, we are looking at more in our community. So just that thought too. Sorry to interrupt you about the date, Colin.
So, Mr. Chair, if I might add, Suzanne here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just thank you for sharing those ideas. Now, do you think we should aim more for the market group or more for the group that's playing at the ball diamonds? Because they're likely, if we hit a local tournament with the if you want to say the teams that are from the area who would be more likely to be our supporters, would it be more likely to aim for maybe a tournament weekend instead of a market kind of coordinating? It'd be nice if they both happen, but I think from what I've heard from a lot of locals is they like to go to the market early. So that'd be something that maybe we would have something at the market or a different type of a reception, which could be done at any time. Whereas if we do something at the ball diamonds, maybe that might be during a tournament. So there might be a two-part thing here where, economy of time is so that we're not spending hours and hours there, but maybe two things that might go on in this season. So just a thought, because if we had a table there, or earlier on there was some attention given to it with some kind of banners or things like that. We have some banners that we have produced already for the Northwest Rec Board. So we have a 3-part banner. Could be a nice backdrop, a table in front of it, and could be specifically fundraising with a mini thermometer on the table or something, and just welcoming and letting everybody know what we're doing. And it might be more for an attraction for locals. And then after, on another event, which is some snacks and something for people to do when they stop at the table and talk about our plans. That I don't know if we're going to have an activity or not, but it's just it's so busy when hopping, when there's a tournament, people are coming in and out, you just can kind of catch them depending on where, like we staged at the parking lot last time, and maybe we can stage it further in. So we have to think that through as to whether we'll catch people on the in or maybe go further in, like we were where we had the tent and everything was right at that transition from the parking lot into the pathway. So love to hear your thoughts on that.
Nancy, go ahead.
Agreed. I think that there would probably be the benefit of having both events to try and get things going at tournaments for ball. If people are already involved in ball, they already have their diamonds. But I recognize too is that if they're sporty, they probably will be interested in all the other multi-use facilities that we're going to be creating. And I think it'd be good to get more exposure rather than a one and done. I think it's probably, and I don't know how that could work. I mean, maybe Jared can help us out if he's a part of the booking of some of these events, to make sure that some of our fundraising, our documentation gets out to these people that are that are booking at the facility already. And maybe he's already doing that. I don't know for sure. So.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, just
Yeah, go ahead, Susan.
tagging off that. Do you think there's any, I don't know, I mean, we're talking about what has worked in the past, which is going to where the people are. And that really is an economy of time as well. And it's hard to, schedule something when everybody's busy going to all the sports with their kids to find a separate event to attract them to. But do you feel that there's merit in a separate event and saying, some kind of a adult tournament or something? I don't know what it could be, but is that, it's kind of hard to set something up and then really focus on the fundraising aspect of it. But in the past, it has worked where essentially you create a presence and hand out your information about what you're planning to do and make it obvious and let everybody know what's happening and create awareness and then welcome. But if you have other ideas for an actual, for something fun to do event, that would be something to just consider as another option. It's hard for us to plan an event knowing that all these other ones are taking place. And, our community is so engaged and so many volunteers work with MRAS as well as MSA and our other communities who are supporting this because, all like even on our board, we have everyone here has an additional hat and thank you for all the work you do. But is there some way that we can tie it into all of our communities in a way? It seems like we'll catch a lot more people at the site, but then maybe we want to go to other events that our other communities are hosting, like perhaps Pretty Screens, or, maybe there's something else that, if there's some other thoughts on tying this activity and creating the awareness, but also the relevance of having this for all of our communities as essential, because it's a central location that really serves everybody, and maybe and Prentice Community Association as well, because what happens there can't happen at our other venues because the facilities aren't there. So this facility is obviously and appreciated to be central to all of us and is used. But so just thinking along the lines of something with our other community associations that could be another way to look at it, because setting up an event is very difficult for us to attract all the other volunteers and the other parents from the many duties that they already have. So kind of circling back to the go to where the people are, but maybe a third thing is how to engage the community association.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead, Joanna.
I think there's a lot of merit for all of these, and I do think that, and it's only my opinion, is that we really do need another working group that can start to focus on different types of events, and then come back and present those to the board, and then the board can decide one way or t'other which ones are we going to do at what time of year, and which ones are perhaps maybe bigger events that if we can't do those this year, then we can do, another larger event like Councillor Oil is suggesting, where it's a different type of event.
And we need to get the sign up.
Yep.
There's 1,000 cars a day go by there. Nobody knows what's going on without that big sign there. That's going to open up a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah. Now, understanding that sign will be located just inside the fence on the south side of the parking lot. We can't bring it closer to where the Siemens Sports Park sign is. It will be back, but it is, well, you can see there's bright green on it. So hopefully folks will see it and stop in to actually read what's on the sign.
Laura?
Alan and I had tossed around the idea of maybe setting up a booth at the farmers market, but with permission, of course. I mean, I know it's hard to get space there, but I don't know. Sounds like just listening to you, maybe it needs to be at the sports park. I don't know. Maybe people would be, I mean, it's not really the captive audience because, like you say, there's a lot of people that come to the farmers market that aren't from the area. So might not be the most efficient use, but it might be helpful. I don't know. Worth a try.
So Nancy posted a text here to all of us. I don't know if you've seen it. Would it be worth everyone on this committee providing some ideas in regard to an event in the next couple of weeks? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a good idea. It gives you time to mull it over. And
okay. And she's added on here, what about an info night?
Sorry, I'm madly typing. What I mean by that is having an info night. I don't know what the venue would be, if it would be MRAS in the hall, or what's the one that's at Millerville? I can't remember what that little hall is.
Ranchers Hall?
Ranchers Hall, yeah. And have our BAPs and stuff. Have we done this already? I can't even remember.
No.
But we
No,
could invite people to find out a little bit more, and I don't know how you would get people involved, but this is where somebody like Colin, with his multiple children of different ages, that is the complete and utter target market that I think we'll be looking for when these things are up and running. So Colin, how do we actually get families to come to something like this?
Well, that's a great question. I think, funny enough, it's also what we spend a lot of time talking about at our board meetings at MRAS. I think busy family syndrome is it's an opportunity to capitalize, but it's also a challenge in the same breath. I certainly love the idea of trying to jump or piggyback on an existing event. Whatever that might be, whether it's spring market, if we had more time, Ski Jour is this weekend in Millerville, and it'll have probably a lot younger crowd. That's a good thought. Certainly, like this right now, we're in hockey season, so our hockey arenas around the Foothills and Okotoks and Black Diamond, all those areas will be absolutely full and brimming. I might want to give that some more thought, but certainly setting up at a hockey arena on a Saturday would get a whole bunch of families if the intent was to try to hit that, sooner than later.
Mr. Alger, you had your hand up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't want to belay on the sign thing, but Johanna, I just wanted you to maybe put it in Mr. Porter's hands that, is this sign not able just to be tied to the fence for a month until spring or 2 months? And, could it be brought to MRA this weekend for Ski Jour and tied to the bleachers somewhere? Like I said, these people are driving by the park. There's going to be 1,000 cars going by there, and nobody's going to see anything going on because there's nothing that says that unless you're looking on a website or something. So I just think that we're delaying this too long because we got to get permits and whatnot. Why can't we just tie it to the fence and make it kind of portable for a bit till we do something permanent?
If I might, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, John.
We can't tie it to the fence on the outside on 549. Okay, so it would need to be in the parking lot. I can see what we can accomplish. I can't guarantee, but I can see what we can accomplish by then.
Must have
Laura?
some sort of something that we could tie it to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Laura, go ahead.
So, Alan, I know you're a very resourceful, industrious guy, and I don't know if you saw my signs during the campaign that I had on the big round bales. Perhaps you could haul some round bales down there to put the signs on.
Yeah, that would be an option.
Yeah, they work great. I mean, because the trouble with signs, and trust me, I learned a lot during the campaign. Signs, oh my gosh, try to keep them up in a windstorm. But the bales are really good. But I don't know, maybe that's too hokey for this group. I don't know, but just an idea.
Nancy, have you got any surplus bales?
I'm not the hay girl. I have to buy mine. No surplus around my house.
There's lots of hay around. I mean, if you're amenable to that, I can figure it out. Alan can help me.
Suzanne here, in a pinch, we can leave it on the big rock pile by the Seaman Sports Park sign. But we just don't want it to lift off, right? And we're pretty anchored there, so it's pretty well. But on the sign topic, I do want to ask you, Joanna, you did say that that the sign was going to be on the south side of the parking lot. I'm just not sure how it's going to be seen if it's on the south side of the parking lot.
That's what I'm trying to look at, as well as the sign was intended and designed to be elevated, as opposed to at ground level. So you're absolutely correct. I'm not so sure that it would be visible. And
Is that the only permission that you were able to get, was to put it on the south side?
We can't go anywhere along 549. We can't, because it's considered to be a temporary sign, and we can't be that interface. You've got the wire, the guardrails in there. You've got a lot of things going on there that you don't want to have anybody distracted right there. That was one.
Okay, so we can't put it on the west side of the parking lot for that reason, because the west side has a bit of grass between that and the landowner to the west, and there's a possibility of something there, but it would be interfering, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
We have to be further away from the center line of 549, and I'd like to say that it's 300 feet or 300 meters. I'd have to check on that.
Oh, okay. So, and then on the fence, which is the boundary on the east side of the property, if it's temporary, would that be annoying as well to have that there for the other neighbors?
I was only able to get the approval if we were back further, because it is a temporary sign.
Okay, so super temporary, just for like only a couple of weeks temporary. If it was to get mounted on the backside of not a trailer, because we aren't in favor of having trailer billboards, don't want to do anything like that, but at back of another type of trailer, that or the bale idea, so that it's obviously a lot of work goes into making the sign, and you don't want it on the ground where it's going to start rotting as soon as it hits the ground. So it has to be elevated somewhat, and then fastened so it doesn't blow away in the wind. So
that's the other portion right there, is the wind.
Yeah, it would definitely take a trip if it wasn't properly fastened. But temporary, that is something we have to figure out, I guess.
Yeah, and temporary. And understanding that this is a Corplast sign that needs to be mounted on a sheet of plywood. So it's not a heavy duty sign. So it's not like the Illuma panel. It is Corplast.
So it still has to be mounted. Okay.
How big is the sign, by the way?
4 foot by 6 foot.
4 by 6. Okay. So that fits on a sheet of plywood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Then that sheet of plywood can easily have, because it's got an extra 2 feet. You can easily, it doesn't have to be pretty on the two sides, and that could just be something that attaches for now anyways, and a sheet of plywood is replaceable as long as we attach it nicely and securely and use washers or whatever, and then we can have that set up in a way that it could be perhaps do the temporary, but again, county has to do according to guidelines, so hopefully we'll find a place. But if it's portable, like Councillor Alger was saying, at this point, a 4 by 8 sheet of plywood could move to the market and lean up somewhere for a moment while the other stuff gets set up. We just have to make sure it's propped off the ground and it doesn't get up into the coroplast with being stuck in the mud or the snow or something like that. So we just need, perhaps we put a handle on the extra bit on each side and carry it around for now.
Okay, so you're suggesting that perhaps maybe it's not at SSP and that we have a discussion with MRAS and see if that is appropriate.
If it goes to a couple of events before it gets mounted and it's just, I mean, in its permanent location, or we have two, and one goes to events and one goes on the fence. And so perhaps the one, it moves around, and it's like the rooster during the time of Reggie the Rooster. If anybody remembers that, he was moving around the neighborhood, and perhaps it can move to community associations on the community station, like at PCA for a while, or at Millerville for a while. You know, perhaps we have a movable one with handles, and we just ask, you know, can it go somewhere, and somebody gets in charge of working with the community association, and they have a way to secure it somehow for an interim location.
Colin?
I would be happy to, if I could get my hands on the sign or the sign, I'd be happy to ensure that it gets set up this weekend for ski tour event.
If I might.
Susanna? Can we get him something?
If I might.
Yeah, go ahead.
We could probably accommodate, you know, like a sandwich board that could be movable right away. We could get that going for this weekend for sure. What are your thoughts on that?
Mr. Chair, can I asked just Joanna, would you tell us again what's on the sign? I think you sent us a picture around, so it's quite colorful. And do you have a picture? You want to share your screen at all? Is it within reach?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because it's nice to have what's on there. I don't know if we need the thermometer on it, but definitely a little bit more information than just, hey, we're fundraising. You know, the diagram perhaps, and some stuff. I don't know how quick you can throw that together, but it's not as impressive as a 4x6, but it's better than nothing, and it can start moving around.
I'm just trying to share here. I
want to pick up on what Councillor Alger said about the thousands of cars driving by and the rules and regulations and not having a sign visible, but all these thousands of cars that are driving by with everybody looking at their iPhone as they're driving by, paying attention to the road, of course.
What about MRAs at the MRAS gates and having it temporarily there, you know? You know, we're working together on this, right? So I don't know if they would be amenable, because I don't know what kind of permission they have, all kinds of beautiful signs right at their gate, and it's probably too cluttered to throw in one of ours. But if we have one portable, large size, and one fixed in place, then we could maybe have something at MRAS. There's so many people that go there, and if we got permission to put it inside the property when people are going into park and at various events, it might be nice to have it right at MRAS as well. So there it is as a small one. So putting it out this week with a 0 in it might not be too attractive, but if we were to get like a little bit of a color in there, like, are you just going to use like tape, you know, bi-colored tape, electrical tape, and just make a little, go ahead.
It was suggested by the sign maker to use like the window markers, because they wash off and then you can put it back on. So the shiny part, black in between the squares there, it has
white?
It's got a film on it.
Oh, it has a film on it. Okay.
Yeah, so that it's we can change that. What I'm suggesting is that we could do this as smaller. I do believe somewhere around, I think I've seen one of the sandwich boards, and we could also put just a little container that has we can mount a container to it that has right, so that the information is there.
Yeah, that's great. So
we could put it, go ahead.
So what's the size of a sandwich board? I'm thinking it's only like 2 feet wide. So can we go a little bit bigger, like about 3 feet, and just go bigger than the sandwich board frame and have one on each side of it? And it just balances off the weight.
Let me
So
see
in-
what I can come up with.
So just in proportion, and it's on both sides. One side, if necessary, maybe even just one side just to get started. And so it's not an ordeal. So it depends on the price. Maybe it's better to do two. I don't know. But that way, it's something that can move around to the communities. And then, like you say, it can have a filled up, a little piece that's attached to it that doesn't blow away.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy?
I think that,
Sorry.
no, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Joanna. Go ahead, Nancy.
Me again. So I'm looking at this sign, and if I saw this at Millerville, if I saw this at another community, I wouldn't know what the heck we're raising funds for. So just a thought is that if you want to have something that goes on the road, maybe we don't need to have these fundraise. Sorry, I'm moving my cursor, and I'm pretty sure nobody can see what I'm doing over here on my computer. Anyways, we don't need to have these like the funds raised to this point are. What we need is actually more information about this is the location, this is what we're doing, because and the other thing is I don't know currently what fundraising is going on at MRAS or any other facility, but sometimes it's hard to piggyback on that because other facilities might not like that if they're already trying to raise their own. And I recognize that we're all in the community together, but I think for a on the road type of sign, which I think is brilliant and I think is wonderful, is that it needs to be more of an information sign, not a funds raised to this point sign, because nobody's going to know what it is.
Yeah, good point, Nancy. Mr. Alger, you had your hand up there before.
Same comments. If I saw this sign at MRAS, I would think that they're building a multi-sports field within the arena or the racetrack.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this will work for the location at the fence because it's like right in the spot, right? But
Gotcha.
the portable
okay
one, yeah. So that's obvious because it's right there, and the brochure has the information on it. So if there's a weather tight way to stick a brochure in there too, like a little plastic lid with a cup top on it or whatever, that you can leave the brochures there and have it nearby on a fence post that, you can pick that up and there's all your details. But on the other side, Joanna, you've done the diagram and we can just put big star on the ones that we're fundraising for, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about a
that's
QR code
possible.
or something like that rather than having paper? Because you don't want paper to get strewn all over the sports park area right now, and I could see that happening. Like a little QR code or something that that people can actually. I don't know if it's QR
Sure.
code. I don't know what those.
You could do a little sticker and stick it right between the funds raised section there on the yellow, and just put a sticker on there with a QR code. That's another way to do it too. But they also have northwestfoothillsrec.com, and we can sort that out too later, how we can get that out there in a way that it doesn't blow around as well. Obviously, if somebody vandalizes it and throws them all around, well, that's a different story. But that's a good point. I guess back to the sandwich board, if there was a format, like you've got a great format there, so you could shrink it down and make it proportion to what would work on a sandwich board with all the same information on it. And I can help with that if you need help with that. And the other thing would be to really have that diagram of the title Seaman Sports Park amenities and a star on it, and then the type beside it could read these are the projects that we're fundraising for, and find more information, and then just put a QR code, or if that's too soon to be able to set that up, just visit the website for more information.
Okay.
And then and our brochure can go with it, right? So
if I might, when is the ski touring?
Colin?
This weekend. It's Saturday.
Ooh,
Saturday.
tight.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to come up with something that that will at least give folks a bit of an idea. May not have the forms or QR code, but it could definitely. There's some things that I can do to make it so that somebody can take a picture of it, and then they've got the link directly to the directly to the page, as opposed to looking further. Mind you, the northwestrec.com is there. That's going to take them. Yeah, no, there's some other things that we can put on there. And Suzanne, our Councillor Owl, and I need to have a conversation on our Facebook page, because that might be an even better way to get that information out.
absolutely, we can do that.
Okay, perfect.
Good discussion, everybody. Got to put our thinking caps on. So, Joanna, item number 6 then. We need a motion to accept fundraising update and place on file for information purposes.
Yes,
Who
please.
wants to give me that? Who wants to give me that motion?
Well,
Thanks, Laura.
Sylvia's waving her hand.
oh,
Oh, is
sorry.
she? She keeps going off my screen. I can't see her. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. You're not here. Oh, you're way down there. Sorry. I'm on an iPad, so I got limited room here. Any opposed? No, okay. Item number 8, business arising out of the meeting. Action items. These would be considered action items. Is there anything else, Joanna?
Mr. Chair, Suzanne here. Are we going to do the second part of number 7, which is representatives' reports?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we had removed. Yeah, okay. It wasn't. I had just taken the whole thing right off that for the next meeting. But we can do the representatives report.
It's up to you. It's up to you. Maybe we do let it go.
Joanna, what do you think?
I had one submission, and that was from Councillor Owl. If Councillor Owl would like to go through her report, and if anybody else has anything to report that is recreation based, that would be super.
Okay, Suzanne, do you want to go ahead?
Sure, thank you. And this is open for everybody. This is something that at this point in the regular meetings that we do, and it's just if you have something to share, great. If not, you can just say pass, nothing to share this time around. And really, it's just looking at all the things from all different levels on recreation focused that are going on in the community. First up, I would just share some of the things from the Pritis Community Association, which is some highlights that they've had. A new Christmas market that went really well for them. Shinny tournament that was this last weekend, so I think they got it in when there was a little freezing temperature in the morning. But part of the issues there, of course, is the melting ice. So they're going to be working on perhaps some ideas on that. Other programs they're working on at this point is the yoga fitness class, indoor pickleball play group, adult shinny if winter comes back, outdoor tennis in the nice weather with the new upgraded tennis courts, library on site with the old school building being a bit cleaned up and refurbished, and the garage sale is upcoming. Further, of course, is the planning of some events. They start early, such as the Stampede Breakfast starts real early. As you know, some of the events you're all involved in with the MRAS as well. And Pritis Greens, they have lots of events going on. And I'll leave that, of course, up to our representative. Also, there's a new approach that was built to the Foothills County's municipal reserve property that's in the hamlet of Pritis. So that's happened in the fall. It's blocked off right now, but it's going to help with events that where parking's needed there. PCA also has done a bunch of repairs. They've secured grants. They've got a new concrete pathway for the hockey rink to the change rooms. They did a basement reno in the old schoolroom, which is another change room area, and that super cleaned it up and made it very inviting and fresh for all, very welcoming to all the teams that attend there. The rink-based resurfacing was redone, re-leveled, and now it's versatile for more sports use there. They put in a new gate because of all the challenges with the cyclist population that descends upon the hamlet there, and it's little known to attendees that is actually a private property. So there's other alternative ideas for the parking at this point, but that makes it so that anybody who's doing events there, as well as the paid customers at the hall, will have it first come on their when they paid the price for it. This year is going to be a big deal there with the hall roof replacement, new rink boards needed, and the sewage system repair. Hockey is going well in the area, and I'll just report on Prentice Panthers. They're part of what's called the Foothills Rec Hockey League, and the Prentice Panthers have in the league they have 6 age groups from the age of 5 to 18. They have a total of 91 players there and 70 volunteers. It's amazing. The main teams that they're in with is Prentice, Millerville, Bragg Creek, and Diamond Valley, plus 2 tournaments with they had apparently with Cremona and Sylvan Lake over the past season. And Prentice Greens, I'll leave that up to Kim. She can take care of that report. And Hawks Landing is collaborating with PCA on events, and they continue to work with community social events and community beautification. Prentice Creek Estates continues maintenance on their grounds and building. And upcoming projects include for them adding a porta potty, adding windows and doors and electricity to their picnic shelter, and a solar pump for the community pasture. West Foothills topics of interest is always the recreation by everybody else on Highway 762, water, access to waste transfer stations, and emergency preparedness. And the West Foothills Community Association was able to secure funds to help cover their insurance fees. Fish Creek Watershed Association has been involved a lot in the community, and they're engaging the community with posting signs. So they have some information signs that they posted in the hamlet of Prentice, and you might see along your travels now the various creeks have been labeled with their names in the area. And again, participating with yourselves in this initiative, there are some of our fundraising brochures at the Prentice store. And High Country Rural Crime Watch event is coming up. And lastly, just a statement of thanks to all the volunteers and our Foothills County Recreation staff. Thank you. That's everything.
Laura, did you have anything?
Oh, what have I got? There's a masquerade dance coming up at Square Butte Hall this Saturday. I guess that's recreation. And gosh, I'm kind of drawing a blank here. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment. Sorry, kind of tired.
No worries. Mr. Alger.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Don't have a bunch to add either. It's pretty quiet from my Red Deer Lake group. I haven't heard much from them in the last couple of months over the winter. DeWinton Community Association had their AGM in January 26th, so I stay on with that board as the vice president or vice chair. We're still waiting to hear from our CFIP grant from the province, and we're really looking forward to that. It should be coming any day, but we have matching funds from the Dumbo Rec Board, and so this is pretty important that we get this funding from the CFIP grant. And also with the Dumbo Rec Board, they've expanded their zoning area to include the DeWinton Community Association and the DeWinton area for recreation also, so that helps that area a lot. And Members Night is coming up in March, where we give out the Walter Turnbull Award, and that's for volunteerism in the area, and we have 2 people that are slated this year to receive that award. And that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Alan. Jared's not with us tonight. Colin for MRAS.
I may turn this into more of a question given my first meeting. Certainly would the intent be to report on events that have occurred, or more of a look forward to events that are upcoming in the recreation theme?
Joanna?
If I might,
Yeah, go ahead.
it can be both. It can be both.
Okay. I will endeavor to be prepared to discuss that at future meetings, but we certainly are seeing, looking back on the past season, our attendance numbers were through the roof at MRAS like we've never seen before. We are in the process of purchasing an adjacent piece of land, which will help with our parking and access egress on some of those events. We're certainly looking forward to 2026 and expecting similar numbers to, market functions, sporting events. We've got music festivals. We expect our camping to be very, very full and certainly lots going on. So it's an exciting place at MRAS lately.
Okay. Thank you, Colin. Nancy, I don't have anything for us for Division 3. I don't know if you do.
Lots of melting, not so many outdoor activities.
Yeah, not yet. Kim?
Yes, same, not a lot going on here, the usual pub nights and some new neighbors moving in. But we do have this, as Suzanne mentioned, the High Country Rural Crime Watch AGM, which is going to happen at the Prentice Greens golf course, March 9th. And so we have put that in our newsletter. We will include it in March as well and hope to get, we've got interest in the community and in the Crime Watch. So I'm pretty sure we'll get some people out for that, which is a good thing. Now, the other thing I just wanted to mention is we have some rules about putting signs out here. So I'm not sure we're going to be allowed to put a sign up for that reason, just because it's in the rules and regulations, the bylaws for HOA. So just putting that out there now.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks for the heads up. Sylvie?
I don't have anything to report right now. Sorry, could you hear me? I don't have anything to report. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have, okay, sorry, yeah. Thank you very much. So I need a motion to accept facilities and representative reports and place on file for information purposes, with the exception of from Mr. Porter there at the top, but yeah. Can I have a motion for that?
Give you that, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Alger, thank you very much. Any opposed? Okay. Item number 8, business arising out of the meeting, action items. Joanna?
Signage. Yes, signage and the event.
The event committee, right?
You and Suzanne don't have anything on much for the next couple of days. We'd be like the pizza guy. We'll get one of those signs made up like the pizza guy has and wave it around. He does the big dance at the side of the road.
Just put it in the back of our car window.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
each board member, though, if we start this trend, then each board member must sport this as well. So we'll make a sign that fits in the back, or your visor. So when your visor goes down.
I mean, we like one of those sun protectors for the inside of your windshield.
Yeah, sure. That's another thing we can do. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll call it the new swag for the Northwest Foothills Rec Board is must shamelessly promote said fundraising campaign.
There you go.
Careful, I might bring a variable message board from work and we could set it up and really go to town.
Okay. Well, we don't mind the skills. The skills are going to be very welcome for that. And we'll learn from you. However that works, we'll adapt.
Maybe we need to get each of us one of those rotating signs that we can put on top of our vehicles. you know, if you're parked somewhere, the wind blows it around and you would attract people to come over and see what it's all about.
Yes, with a QR code.
Yes. So can I have a motion to acknowledge the action item list as discussed, amended, and placed on file for information purposes? Who would like to give me that?
I can, Colin.
Thanks, Colin. Any opposed? Okay. Meeting schedule, item number 9. Joanna, discussion on time change?
Yes, if I might. I'd like to ask the board members if this time works, or if we need to go earlier, or if we need to go later. This was a trial to see what works best with your schedules and with our ability to provide that service.
Colin, you got your hand up?
I would not be opposed to earlier. 3 o'clock even.
Input from others. Mr. Alger.
I'm good pretty much anytime as long as it's the same day. So if we want to go earlier, that's fine with me. This time works also. I actually prefer earlier than later at night. Thank you.
Okay. So
Suzanne,
3 o'clock, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock works good.
4 o'clock works good, Nancy. Okay, thank you. Others?
3 or 4 is fine with me.
Suzanne, thank you.
Same with me.
Okay, shall we leave it at 4 o'clock?
Or split
That's
the
good.
difference. 4 is good.
3:30?
Okay.
3:30?
3:30 going once, going twice.
As long as if you have something in the evening, you're free by then. So it doesn't seem like the meetings usually go more than, well, this one did, but it was the AGM as well. So
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
If anyone has any concerns, if they could just email me and then we can look at that, or I can
Okay.
send a doodle survey and we can do it that way, so that we're looking at the different times and then find the best one, and then it's not taking up time now.
All right.
Joanna, I can make 4 o'clock work too. I don't want to be difficult.
Okay, Joanna, we're gonna make a decision here.
Okay.
4 o'clock? 4 o'clock for everybody? Any opposed? Thumbs up from Colin. Anybody else want to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
thumbs up.
Thumbs up, okay.
And if in my understanding,
Suzanne, thumbs up.
understanding that this was 2 meetings as opposed to just 1 meeting. So once a year, we'll have a little bit longer time.
Yeah, but not much, probably.
No.
Okay, 4 o'clock it is. Can I have a,
Mr.
sorry.
Chairman?
Yeah.
I do have a consideration or a concern about the April 6th meeting. That is Easter Monday. And I would like the board to consider moving that to April the 13th, if it works with your schedules.
Any opposed from anybody or any thoughts? Colin's giving me a thumbs up.
Okay by me.
Suzanne's good.
Should be okay.
Colin even gave me a trumpet. There we go. Nancy's a good thumbs up. All right. Oh, Mr. Alger. Oh, he's going to be the difficult one. No, he gave. Oh, is that a hands up?
I was going for a thumbs up.
Come on, give me a thumbs up. Don't give me a hands up. Nancy, are you no good for the 13th? Sylvia's okay.
All right, no, I was trying to get rid of my thumbs up. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I saw this big red X. Okay. So with item number 9, did I get a motion for the 4 p.m.? Oh no, this is to do with the April meeting as well too. So I need a motion for 4 p.m. on April 13th. And the other meetings as well. Joanna?
If I might, Mr. Chairman, if I could just get a motion that indicates that the 2026 meeting schedule is approved as presented and amended.
Except for April 13th.
That
As
was the
presented.
amendment.
That was the
That was the
amendment.
amendment. Yeah, okay. All right. Can I get a motion for that? Did everybody get that?
I can provide that motion as previously stated because that's a mouthful.
He's on his way to hockey. Okay, thanks, Colin. Any opposed? Okay, so the next meeting would be April the 13th, 2026 at 4 p.m. Do you need a motion for that, Joanna?
No, I don't, because you passed the motion for the entire
Okay.
schedule.
So I am adjourning the meeting at 5:37 on February the 2nd, 2026. And everybody can go home and have an early dinner.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, everybody, for attending
Thanks.
tonight.
Thanks for
Thank you, Mr.
sharing.
Chair.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Yeah.
And thanks for streaming us, Sherry and Joanna, for your help from the county too.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry and Joanna and everybody. Thank you.